Have you ever really tried to picture a perfect city? I mean, not just a nice place to live, but something divinely perfect. Well, today we're going on a journey, a guided tour of one of the most incredible cities ever described, the New Jerusalem. We're going to use the Book of Revelation as our map and explore its amazing symbolic architecture piece by piece to really get what it all means. So let's start with that question. How do you build a perfect city? Is it all about the materials, the design, or the people inside? The Book of Revelation gives us this unique, visionary blueprint, and it is packed with symbolism. So let's walk through it together and figure out what everything from the walls to the streets is really trying to tell us. All right, our tour is going to start on the outside with the city's biggest, most obvious feature, a gigantic wall. But as you're about to see, this is not your average defense system. This is our very first clue about what makes this city so incredibly special and secure. The first thing that just jumps out at you is the sheer scale of it all and the perfect symmetry. The text says the wall is great and high, sure, but it also has 12 gates, and there's an angel guarding every single one. And look at this. With 3 gates on each side, north, south, east, and west, it's clear this isn't just some fortress meant to keep people out. It's a perfectly balanced and surprisingly open structure. And then you notice this detail. Carved right onto those 12 gates are the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. The source material we're looking at points out just how significant this is. It's like putting your name on something. It's a powerful claim of ownership. These names are a sign that this city is the rightful, promised inheritance for God's people. So here's the bottom line, the really crucial point. The wall is a symbol. It represents the absolute ultimate level of God's protection for everyone inside. It pictures a place of total safety, and not just from physical danger, but from spiritual threats, from doubt, from despair. It's a vision of complete and total divine security. And, this idea of absolute divine protection, it's not totally new to Revelation. The source connects it back to this incredibly powerful promise from the book of Isaiah. This verse really captures what that wall is all about, a state where nothing can harm you, and that's a guarantee from God himself. Now, to try and bring this idea of total protection into a world we can understand, the source material offers an analogy. It points to Israel's Iron Dome system, which back in 2021 managed to intercept a really high percentage of incoming rockets. Now, this is just presented as a modern, human parallel to the perfect and divine protective shield that's being described in this vision. Okay, now let's get into the city's dimensions, because the numbers we're given are, frankly, mind-bending. And this is where the symbolism really kicks into high gear, moving beyond just protection to reveal the actual character of the city itself. So first up, the wall itself is 144 cubits high. Now, like a lot of numbers in Revelation, this is absolutely loaded with meaning. It's 12 times 12, which ties right back to those 12 tribes and the 12 apostles. It's meant to signify the completeness and perfection of God's protection. But then we get to the city itself, and the scale just becomes cosmic. Its length, its width, and get this, even its height are all measured at 12,000 furlongs. We're talking about nearly 1,400 miles in every direction, including straight up into the sky. It's an impossibly massive, perfect cube. And that right there is the key. As biblical scholars like Barnes have pointed out for a long time, this isn't a literal architectural blueprint. These insane dimensions are symbolic. They're meant to give you a feeling of magnificent scale and absolute vastness, to show that there's more than enough room for everyone who belongs there. Because its length, width, and height are all equal, the city is a perfect cube. The text describes it as 4 square. This perfect, balanced shape isn't just a cool design choice. It's a really powerful symbol of what the city is founded on: perfect, divine justice. So we've seen the walls, we've seen the shape. Now let's look down. What is this city of perfect justice actually built on? Well, the description of the foundations is just as symbolic, and honestly, even more breathtakingly beautiful. So the city wall isn't sitting on just one foundation, but 12 different layers. And inscribed right on these layers are the names of the 12 apostles. This detail is absolutely fundamental to understanding what this city is all about. And this connects directly to other parts of the New Testament. The source brings up this passage from Ephesians, which describes the community of believers like a temple that's built on the foundation of the apostles, with Christ as the main cornerstone. The New Jerusalem, then, is the ultimate vision of that very spiritual building. And what are these 12 layers made of? An incredible list of precious stones. Each and every foundation is a different gem: jasper, sapphire, emerald. It creates a structure of unimaginable color, beauty, and value. And again, this isn't about earthly riches. It symbolizes the precious, glorious, and beautiful nature of the church's apostolic roots. So for the final part of our tour, we're finally stepping inside those gates. And this is where the materials used to build the city become even more otherworldly, symbolizing just how priceless everything inside really is. Get this. Each of the 12 city gates isn't just decorated with pearls. Each gate is a single massive pearl. It's an amazing image. The source connects this right back to Jesus' parable about the pearl of great price. You know, the one that's so valuable a merchant sells everything he has just to get it. In this vision, that pearl represents the gospel itself, the priceless way into the city. And finally, we get to the streets. Here on Earth, gold is precious because it's solid and it shines. But in the New Jerusalem, the street is made of pure gold that's as clear as glass. This symbolizes a state of ultimate purity and perfection, a place where even the ground you walk on is made of something impossibly precious and pure. So, our tour leaves us with this one profound question. Is this vision of the New Jerusalem a literal blueprint for what's coming in the future? Or is it a powerful symbol for us, right now? A picture of what the community of faith is called to be: protected, just, beautiful, and founded on unshakable truth. The text just leaves us to marvel at the vision and to think about what it all really means for ourselves.